Show me something.
Hello and welcome back to the Show Me Something podcast. I'm Abby.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Will.
I'm Trevor.
And today I showed the boys The Last 5 Years from 2014, a movie musical based on an off-Broadway production of the same name. And I'm very excited to hear what everyone thought of it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Ooh.
nice.
Before we get into that, as long as we don't have to get up for Pip, because he's been screaming at us. Any housekeeping, boys?
Nothing super major. No, I was up in Pennsylvania earlier this week. I guess is the only thing of note.
That's
I
a
went
pretty
for
big
a-
dealio.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're
for
up
a
in
work
Amish
trip.
country.
Yeah, in Lancaster, heart of the Amish homeland. Only saw one. I didn't see any horse and buggies. I only saw one
That's
Amish
crazy.
person on a scooter though. They were
On a scooter?
they were foot scooting like a razor. Yeah. It was
Oh, okay. I was going to
Razor?
say, if that bitch had a battery on it, that was not an Amish person.
No, it was certainly a foot scooter. It wasn't actually a razor, but that was the only equivalent that I had.
Yeah, I mean,
for a
razor scooters are
non-motorized
sick.
scooter. Yeah. But yeah, good trip, good food, good food and drink. Nice to see all the coworkers that I've been working with for 2+ years in person. So that was fun.
Nice.
I watched Come On the plane, the Joaquin Phoenix film from last year, and just cried openly in the aisle seat, which was a little embarrassing, but that was good. We watched School of Rock last night for the first time in a while, which was fun. But
It's a classic.
yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it. It's a fucking Richard Linklater movie,
Yeah.
which I had no idea
It's
about.
one of Kirk's faves.
Yeah, it's a
Really?
banger.
Think so.
Just
You
making
just
stuff
made
No,
up.
he does. He likes it a lot. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
sure,
I
why
don't know
not?
if it's in his top 10, but he likes it a
all
lot.
time. Yeah, but that's it. Nothing super crazy. Just a low key week.
Right on.
I've been training at work in audio production stuff.
Why do you sound so sad?
He's just
don't
upset,
know.
He's got
I'm
a
not
mustache
upset, I'm
now. He's
good.
just kind of a depressed little mustache man.
Why am I depressed suddenly?
Because you sound depressed. We don't know why you're depressed. You tell us.
I'm not depressed. I'm
He's
good.
in his cave room.
I just woke up.
Where's your coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
You drink
Where's
the
your Mountain
Coca-Cola
Dew?
coffees, though.
I do. I did have one of those yesterday, and I'll probably have one today at work.
I love that you rip those now.
But I drink water. Thank you.
You
Yeah,
gotta
okay.
hydrate. You gotta
Fridge
hydrate.
full of fucking Bud Light. I drink water.
Same
Water.
thing.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
I watched a bunch of movies though recently. I just saw Bullet Train the other day. That was a good time. I
Give
saw.
us a rating.
Oh, a rating?
9 out of 10.
I'll say 8.5 out of 10.
Wow.
I really enjoyed
I
it.
heard
It's
you
not.
at work say it was all right to someone.
Yeah, it was. It was all right.
Just all right. 8.5 out of 10.
No, it was a good time. It's a dumb, fun movie. It's not like it's a cinematic experience. It was a good. Like I went in and I had a fun time watching it.
Yeah.
8.5.
So
Just
8.5.
an insane
Yeah.
way to rate things.
We need to hire like mathematicians and statisticians to statisticians. Is that the
Yeah.
No,
Maybe.
to quantify Trevor's rating scale? I think
it's
that would be, like, a
impossible
really
because it
fun-
varies day to day.
Yeah, clearly.
Tomorrow I might be like, it was a 7 out of 10, and then the next I could be 10 out of 10. Who
This
knows?
is why you got to get Letterboxd. You got to lock yourself in.
You do
No.
have to lock yourself in an immediate
change.
gun to your
Yeah.
head rating right as the credits start.
It's the
It's
best.
crazy how fast you rate these movies. It's ridiculous.
That's how I've always rated
Imme-
movies.
yeah.
I just did it on IMDb before instead of Letterboxd, but now I do both. 'cause
Sometimes the credits roll.
It's
You
a
just got to
nightmare.
go.
Yeah.
It's just time to go.
I rip it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Have to.
Gut
Gotcha.
decision.
Yep.
And then I also saw on Netflix Day Shift, the new Jamie Foxx
How was
vampire
that?
movie.
That
It was that one was like,
Yeah.
I don't regret watching it, but like
that
I
one
wouldn't
was
watch
fine.
it again.
8 out of
That
10.
one was actually fine. That one was like whatever. It was like it was funny at points.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then I also saw Gray Man, which that was actually really good. I enjoyed that.
fucking terrible movie.
You're wrong.
All
Anyways,
of these movies make Will want to die.
No,
And I've been-
I want to see Bullet Train.
I
think it
do
was
want to
fun.
see that as well.
Bullet
Gray
Train
Man-
was fun. Hey,
Gray
I'll
Man
go
was
with.
horrible.
I'll see it a second time. Why not? And then I've been playing a bunch of Vampire Survivors, which is a fun game. It just looks like trash.
Yeah.
But it's very fun.
Never
Nice.
heard of it.
It's like $3 on Steam. and it's like a
It's like a bullet hell game.
But you're the bullet hell as opposed to you're avoiding the bullets. Like you just shoot out a bunch of projectiles at random. You don't get to choose that. All you do is walk around, and then just stuff happens around you.
Definitely not my kind of thing, but
It's pretty fun. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much, but I do like a run, like one or two runs every morning before I go to work while I'm watching YouTube, because it's a very mindless, just do it kind of thing. Anyways,
yeah,
that's my housekeeping.
That was really good. I started watching Freaks and Geeks. I'm almost done with it, actually. It's really good. I think it's heated up towards the end, some good character development and stuff like that. Some good one-off episodes and stuff. I also finished, I don't think I'd finished it last time, but I finished IT Squad. It was good. Or IT Crowd, I mean, sorry. It was really funny. Great show. Big recommend.
It is a funny show. I never finished it, but it was good.
And I also watched Serpico, which was amazing. I had never seen it before. It was so good. It was fantastic.
What is that? I've never even heard of that.
It's an Al Pacino movie. You never heard of Serpico before?
You look like Serpico. You look like Serpico. Does he have a mustache?
His facial hair changes throughout the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, which is great. I respect that. Apparently, he started it with really long hair and a full beard, and then just as they filmed where he needed, he just shaved as he went. So they filmed it kind of in reverse, which is kind of cool. Pip, chill. That's pretty much. Did you have any stuff?
No, I don't really have any housekeeping. I don't watch TV shows right now. I'm in a dry spell. The only show I'm watching is Only Murders in the Building, which is really good, and I highly recommend.
Are you on season 2 of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it good?
It is. It's really good. It's
Okay.
just I think it's just a really fun, kind of goofy show, but still a really good murder mystery.
Yeah.
I like it.
We liked the first season a lot, but I thought it should have ended and not been renewed just because it's a good one-off. So
Yeah.
we haven't started season 2 yet, but that's good to know.
And I think season 1. I mean, I binged watched season 1 all in one go. So
yeah.
that one, I like that one more. But season 2 is good so far. I mean, it's still being released every week.
Okay.
But yeah.
Maybe we'll wait till the end. That's good to know, though.
Yeah. And then we watched the movie On the Count of 3.
Yeah.
Really good. I loved it.
Yeah, I saw that pop up on Letterboxd. I have to add it to my watch list. I don't really know Gerard Carmichael, but I watched his recent stand-up special, which was incredible. So I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
I
it's on
forgot.
Hulu. It was pretty good.
Okay. I forgot 2 things. When Trevor mentioned Netflix, we watched the new season of Never Have I Ever in one go.
That's the Mindy
Which is-
Kaling show, right?
Yeah, it's wonderful. We love it so much. It's like a coming of age high school show about an Indian teenager in California. And then we also finished The Sandman last night or 2 nights ago, which was also really good. Surprisingly, it didn't look very good from the trailer, but was good.
Is that a movie or a show? I don't know what that is.
That's a show.
Okay.
It's based on a Neil Gaiman graphic novel from the 80s. It's about the Lord of Dreams, the King of Dreams, and death and Lucifer and all that kind of stuff. But pretty dark show.
Spooky.
But, yeah, it was a little. There were definitely points where I was head in my shirt kind of
Yeah.
thing. But it was good. We both liked it. I went and bought the book immediately because I want to read it now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking about watching that, but it looked.
I think
It gave me the same vibes as the Warrior Nun show that they put out as well.
no
And
idea
so
what
I
that
was
is.
like, it just looks like a weird Netflix original thing.
Warrior
that's not.
Nun?
Yeah, did you not remember seeing that popped up on your recommended for? Yeah, that was. Weird.
I mean, it wasn't recommended for me.
we have different algorithms.
Yeah.
Trev.
That's fair. Yeah, it was recommended
I think
for
you
me.
would.
I didn't
I
watch
think you
it.
would like it, Trevor. I think it was.
Okay.
We both liked it a lot.
I like the main actress that I saw in the trailer for it. At least
Yep.
she was in Doctor Who.
Okay.
So
Yeah, the cast is good. David Thewlis is in it, the dude who plays Lupin in Harry Potter movies. And Gwendolyn Christie, who plays Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones,
Nice.
is also. She plays
cool.
Lucifer, which is fucking tight. Yeah. Anyway.
Right
I'm
on.
done.
there we go.
The last 5 years.
Last 5 years.
What did you guys think? I'm so excited. I'm excited also just because it's so like we watched it together last night, and it's so unnatural to like watch a movie and then just say nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's not
oh
usually
my
what we
God.
do.
So I really want to hear what everyone thought. I think can I make like
A prediction?
a prediction?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think all are gonna say it was fine. I feel like across the board it's gonna be mediocre. That's my guess. Anyway. Do I start or do you
no,
guys?
I'm
okay.
first.
Jacob starts. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. So I feel like my biggest gripe with it is just because of the fact that it was a musical. I felt like there was no there was no time to breathe between all the songs. There was no resting point. Like with the musicals that I like, which are few and far between, but it's like Grease and like Rocket Man, basically. There's
Yeah.
some
Grease has a lot of
there's,
dialogue.
There's some dialogue in between, so I can have a break and then jam out to these really good songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this one was like, I'm a belt at you for an hour and a half, and that's just the way it is. And I was like, all right, I'm buckled in. You know.
Yeah.
But I did start to get exhausted by it. By like the hour mark, I was like, holy hell, man, they are just singing at me, man.
Hell yeah.
But they had great voices. The songs were cool. You know, musicals are not they're not really my thing. But I didn't think it was like boring or anything. Like I thought Hamilton was when we watched it, just because of the fact that this one is, you know, a movie based on me watching a stage play for 3 hours.
You thought Hamilton was boring? I don't remember.
We
that at
already
all.
talked about this like
I
2
don't remember
years
that
ago or
either.
whenever that
Yeah,
episode was.
I don't remember that being your take. That's crazy.
Me either.
Yeah, I know. You guys are huge theater heads, apparently. So,
That sounds familiar.
but yeah. Also, is the main actor is his character supposed to be Jewish?
Yeah.
He doesn't seem Jewish at all, but then he would randomly say Jewish things. It was so
Yeah.
weird.
I don't know if the actor Jeremy Jordan
There's
is
no
Jewish.
shot he's Jewish.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean the character is definitely supposed to be Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole first song was about
the whole-
finding a
his whole
shiksa
first
woman.
song.
I know. That's why my first note was like, is this guy Jewish or is he anti-Semitic? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, he's Jewish.
It scans both.
Yeah, it's a
I
weird
couldn't
song.
tell. I was like, he's either making fun of them or he's like, I'm a part of this, so I could talk about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I wouldn't watch it again. No shot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Love Anna Kendrick though. She's
Yeah.
great. She deserves better. I'm gonna go 5.5 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, this was a bold choice, Abby. So this is funny because last week in a work meeting, we were talking. We do like a wrap up call with like trainees and new hires who are like new that week.
That's where you
And what-
promote your podcast, right?
Bro, I honestly had to unintentionally promote it yesterday, and I wanted to fucking die. Which is not, I guess, the thing to tell you three, but it made me want to crawl into a hole and die.
I feel the same way. Trevor is the only one that loves to talk about it outside of the podcast.
I literally was
I
like,
do.
I told them, I was like, I really don't want to mention this, but I was asked why I was watching it. Two people in this meeting last week, when asked what their go-to movie is, said The Last 5 Years. And so I was like, oh, cool. Like, I know I have to
Really?
watch this. Like,
Wow.
that's exciting.
That's
yeah.
surprising.
Yeah.
Those are my
and-
people.
Crazy.
And I was like, all right, cool. So that's like, they like to watch this. It's probably
Yeah.
going to be fun and like rewatchable. I also did watch Grease last weekend with Riss after Olivia Newton-John passed. And maybe that's coloring
Rip.
my reaction to this a bit, which is also just great. I grew up on Grease, so it
Mm-hmm.
was nice to revisit it. I really didn't like this movie.
Really?
And
Oh,
I feel
dang.
terrible about it.
Don't
'cause,
feel
like,
terrible.
I think it might be the worst thing I've ever had to watch for this podcast.
Damn.
I really didn't.
This
like
is his Oron High School host club.
yeah. I feel. I know.
It's
I
not
know.
one of my picks.
It.
That is shocking
I know.
to me.
I know. And I don't take any pleasure in saying it, but I truly. I think I hated it.
Sounds like you did, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the actor and character were fucking terrible. He's not a bad actor and he's a very good singer, but he's like not a redeemable guy. Obviously, I just hated him from jump. I think that's obviously the point, but I also didn't like his face. I like Anna Kendrick.
I agree, actually.
Yeah.
He has a very shitty, like, punchable face, and he's a
Wow.
punchable character, so that's I guess that works well. So if they were intending that, then that's good. Yeah, it just was not. It was not for me. It's like wasn't fun at any point. They were just so angry and sad at each other the whole
Yeah.
time, and like that bummed me out. Yeah.
Oh, I feel so sad
You
that you
shouldn't.
didn't like
Oh, well,
it.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
I feel
yeah,
bad
yeah.
that, you know.
Don't feel bad. I feel sad too. I was like, oh no, I don't want to tell Abby that I hated this
It's
movie.
fine. Listen, I knew
Yeah.
that this one.
Sometimes you got to.
I kind of felt like this one was more of a risk than Hamilton, even though Hamilton was a stage production film.
Yeah.
So like that was already. But I'll speak more on it when it's my turn to go. But
Yeah, for sure.
That's the whole
Son
point
is
of this podcast,
terrorizing
though.
my
You
computer.
know, it's the whole point of the podcast.
yeah.
Pip's down
Sorry,
there.
Pip is he's being a little menace.
That's okay. Yeah. Like a 2 out of 10.
Oh.
There he is.
2 out of 10.
Pip, what
Yeah.
did you think?
What did you think of
2
it?
out of
Pip?
10. Is that the lowest rating we've gotten so far?
No, I gave Orin High School Host Club a 1 out of 10.
Oh, that's right.
It's
I forgot.
my-
Because I said I would
The
rather
lowest
just.
rating
you
is
know.
still Trevor. That makes me happy at least. Not me.
Until
was-
he gives us his rating for this,
Although
which maybe now
if
we
you
can
count
finish.
like statistically wise, this is only my second time bringing something on, and I've already gotten that low. So you know.
Yeah,
it
but
is what it
Hamilton
is.
was a banger. And musicals are not my thing.
Yeah.
And I agree with the point of like there was zero dialogue and it was exhausting. It didn't take an hour for me. It took about 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll leave it there and then we'll dig into it.
Okay, Trevor.
My turn. Okay, so I agree with the lack of dialogue was hard. Yeah, about 10, 12 minutes in, I was like hovering over, like, how far into this movie am I? Like, oh shit, okay, we're still got a ways to go. Maybe there will be dialogue later. And then there was maybe like a couple sentences of dialogue in this entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird that it was only like a couple sentences. Why was that?
You have to bridge a
I'm
gap.
not really positive. I think that it was added in like for the movie, and it was not in the original
Yeah.
stage production.
It just
But-
seems kind of strange if everything is a song except for like.
A couple. Little
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
very. It was like less than a minute.
Yeah. A lot of it led to song though, didn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like they just used it as like,
That's like a bridge.
all right, we
Yeah.
got to bridge the gap between where the story makes sense for this song to this song.
Yeah, and I will say, in the stage production of it, it's the only two characters ever are Jamie and Kathy. There's no other
wow.
characters, and they don't sing on stage together. It's one person singing,
Wow.
then one person singing, and then their timelines converge at the wedding scene. And then they'll sing together, and then they go off again. So I think
That's
that they
interesting.
added in the dialogue just because they're trying to visually tell that through a movie, and they wanted to like lead up more into the songs, like you were saying. It leads into the music. I'm guessing that's why they did it. But yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry.
So it was a lot. It was a lot to do. I'm not a musical person either. I was very surprised when they didn't speak very much. I thought musicals had dialogue for some reason.
Some do.
But Hamilton was the same.
Just 'cause
There's really not a lot of dialogue in Hamilton either.
Yeah, it's all song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, for some reason
Song
I
and
feel like there
dance.
was
In a
more,
movie, you
or
expected it more.
maybe,
Like in
maybe
Rocket Man
that.
kind of thing.
Yeah, and also I feel like some of the songs in Hamilton were more them like talking to tune.
Well, it's like
as
talk
a-
rap.
you mean rapping?
Yes, but you know what I meant. Come on.
Yeah.
Trevor hates
Whereas
rap.
this was like actual songs, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, love Anna Kendrick. Don't get me wrong. The
Young
guy
Anna.
I also didn't like the guy. He was
Yeah.
an asshole
He's
off rip. I
unlikable.
get
He's a bastard.
Yeah. And I hated it even more that like at least at the start, it seemed like he got all the very positive songs. And it was like, why does he get to be happy? Fuck that guy. Regardless, yeah, it wasn't for me. I think I wrote down 5 out of 10 because there was a couple of songs in here where I was like, that was really cute.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked that. Other than that, though, like, I would never watch this again.
Yeah.
Like, even if someone was like, yeah, I want to see this, I'm like, okay, you can watch it on your own time. I'm not watching this again. Yeah, I didn't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Of course, it's hard for me to hate something, I guess. I tend to be an overall positive person. Yeah, 5 out of 10.
Right
I say overall positive person while sounding like I'm depressed.
Yeah, you sound so sad for some reason.
I don't
Are you
know why
okay?
I sound. Yeah, I'm fine. Like, I'm just a little tired because this is early for me.
It's noon.
My alarm would normally have gone off 7 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Okay. This is early for me.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. I don't mean to work schedule shame you. I know it's not your choice.
I mean, it kind of is. I love this schedule, to be fair.
Okay.
But regardless, yeah. So, did I miss anything? Yeah. No. I think
Cool.
5 out of 10.
Yeah, so I think that for me, I was excited to rewatch the movie. I haven't seen the movie in like years, but I listened to that soundtrack, like especially in college. I listened to that religiously. Like I love the music, so it's hard for me to separate the two. I think rewatching it, the movie itself, like the way it was directed and the cinematography and stuff is like pretty mediocre. I didn't think it was great. There were parts of it where I was like, that's really awkward, and there were some weird parts. However, the music alone, to me, like, bumps it way up. So I give it an 8 out of 10. I love the structure of the way the story is told. I think that it's so beautiful and sad, and I think there are some true bangers in that playlist. So
What are your favorite ones?
So I think Kathy, I thought it was interesting, Trevor, when you said that you actually like Jamie songs more, because I think that Kathy's songs, like all of her songs, are the best. I like Climbing Uphill, which is when she's auditioning and like not getting anything. I like We Can Do Better Than That. Yeah. When she's in the car ride. And then the last song where they're saying goodbye to each other. I just love it. It's so sad and so beautiful, and I love it. So that's my rating.
Right on.
Real quick to clarify, I think Jamie's songs, I thought that because at the start of the movie he had all the upbeat songs. Towards the end, obviously I noticed a transition.
Oh, okay.
With the story changing, but at the start, that's why I started to hate him off rip as well. It's like, why does he get all the happy songs and Anna Kendrick is stuck with all the depressing shit?
Did you not know the structure of it going into it?
No, not at all. I knew nothing about this.
Oh, I thought
I was
mentioned it.
I didn't
confused.
either.
Oh,
No,
okay,
I was
got it.
confused about like how this story was going for probably a little too long.
Oh, so
I was like,
I'm
are they just
actually-
jumping throughout parts of the relationship? Like, what's happened? Then I realized they were like
Okay.
doing like this cross, like one was going forward and backwards.
So I
thing.
thought I had mentioned it to you guys that they were on opposite timelines. So I'm actually kind of glad that you didn't know, because when I was watching it, I was like, oh, it kind of would have been smarter for me to not tell them, and they just kind of like figure it out as they're watching it. So I'm glad that's kind of what happened. That's good.
You didn't.
Cool.
Or if you did, I forgot.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
You might have. You very well may have, but I also forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we recorded anyways. So.
That's true. It's been like a month.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once it started, and I mean, I think this ties into the.
So I guess we're in spoiler zone now, more or less.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just like want to that hard
Right on.
line.
Go ahead, Will.
When it starts, it's like very blue, and then
Yeah,
when it jumps to Jamie, it's like very warm. You know, I was like, okay, so it's sad story, happy story.
Yeah. I didn't like the washed out
Yeah,
colors. It didn't look
It's
good.
tacky.
Yeah,
It was
I thought
tacky.
it was a little tacky. I was like,
I didn't even think the
I
colors
we
looked
could,
good,
we could
though.
get it without it. It's a sad
Yeah,
song. We don't need
100%.
to see everything in blue.
Yeah.
To
Or
know
it could have
that.
been more subtle at the very least.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like overt.
There was also like an insane amount of camera movement for no reason. Like it was constantly like going side to side,
Oh.
like repeatedly without
I think
cutting.
that
It's like
they-
I don't like seeing a camera go like that and then just start to go the other way.
Yeah.
It feels like just poor camera operating. It just I didn't.
My guess is they did that to try and add more interest, just because it's one person singing. Like the first song with "I'm Still Hurting" is just her sitting there singing. So like
Yeah.
it could be a still shot or they could do a little movement.
They also did like a lot of like handheld shots. At least it looked like, because it was very shaky. Even when like it could have just been a static shot, like it's an over the shoulder, but it's with like a handheld, and the guy's like, he's like he can't like keep it still. You could see their head like going in and out of the top of the frame. It's like,
I
why
didn't
is
even
it shot
notice
like that?
Yeah, I didn't notice.
I didn't either.
There's no action happening. Why are they're on a dock singing at each other? Why is it handheld?
They're trying to make up for the lack of action, maybe.
I guess.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think I already forgot his name. Kathy
Jamie?
and Jamie. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Jamie, man, what an absolute bastard.
Yeah.
Just
What a
the
fucking
least
asshole.
likable guy
Oh.
of all time.
And
I think I didn't really even like Kathy that much.
yeah.
I liked Kathy.
It just felt like she didn't. I mean, I don't know how this will come across, I guess, but it felt like she didn't really try to help herself in this relationship. Like there
Yeah.
was so much like passivity about the way she was, and she kept being like, "Oh, I'll just be the wife." And you feel bad for her, of course, but like, I didn't really like her either. And the fact that it
Yeah.
was literally just those two, which obviously makes more sense knowing that the play was actually just the two of them, was interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
The guy, I think it's interesting, like the way a viewer comes out of their opinions on Kathy and Jamie's characters, because the guy who wrote the lyrics wrote it based on his marriage. So he's Jamie. So I think it's interesting that most people, when they watch the movie, they're like, Jamie sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you wrote yourself in such a poor light. But I mean, that's also
Did
probably
they mean to do that?
what happened.
Like, was he trying to make himself look like the good guy, you think, or was he just like
I
not
think-
self-aware?
I think he probably just wrote
Just what happened.
what happened. I don't think that I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't read any interviews with him or anything, so I'm not really sure. But I'm guessing he just wrote kind of what happened.
Yeah.
But I think I agree that, Jamie's the worst, but I also think Kathy, like, she ends up...
She's not great either.
Yeah, like, she's definitely has less fault than Jamie, but she ends up, like, resenting his success, which is not
Yeah.
something that you...
Yeah, that sucked.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And then, like, obviously Jamie's gonna feel that,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just a rocky relationship throughout the whole
Yeah.
thing. But, yeah.
Were the musical arrangements like similar to how they were on Broadway? Did they spruce them up at all for the movie, or were they?
You mean, like...
Off Broadway.
Yeah, sorry. Like
mean-
the music itself, like was there that same like orchestral?
It's for the most part, I think it was pretty similar.
Okay.
And they didn't change any, like, big parts of the songs. They tweaked, like, little things. Like, when I was looking it up, the part when Kathy says, "These are the people who cast Russell Crowe in a musical." It was,
was funny.
They picked another person in the actual
Who'd they pick?
show. It was somebody I didn't know. But I think that the
You-
show on Broadway was...
Older.
it was, like, early 2000s, so...
It was somebody like you would know if you were like big into Broadway. You
Yeah.
were like, oh,
I didn't know that person, so...
that guy who didn't
Yeah.
win a Tony.
Yeah.
Which
that was a
which
good scene.
soundtrack do you prefer? Do you prefer
I
the
listened
stage
to the
or
movie.
the movie?
I listened to the movie. That was the one that was the first one I ever heard. And then
Okay.
I heard, it's just, when you're so used to something being sung one way, I've tried to listen to the other one, but
Yeah.
it just is like, oh, they'll like do something different. I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
So even though
Yeah.
they still have beautiful voices, obviously, it's just
You're just
not,
used to
it's
the
not
other
the one
one.
that I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
used to.
Uncanny Valley. That makes sense.
But
Yeah. I very much agree, though, with the whole, like, they're both at fault kind of situation. I think the song, I don't know what any of the songs' names are.
I probably do, so.
It's the one where she doesn't want to go to the party. And Jamie's like,
yeah.
That was scary.
If I Didn't Believe in You. Yeah, that's a really sad song.
It is. And that was like, because the whole movie, I was completely on Kathy's side the whole time. I'm like, yeah, he sucks. You're pretty cool. And then slowly it was like, Okay. And then that song's at that point in the movie, at least, I was like, man, Kathy kind of sucks too.
That's the song that made you not like Kathy? I feel like that song, Jamie is being horrible. The
He
things that he
is.
says to her are
No,
horrible.
he is being horrible as well, but it is definitely solidifying the fact that she also is
Not
like
blameless.
resentful of his success.
Sure.
But
I
then
feel like-
immediately after they show the cheating stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, never mind. Jamie's back. Like I had like the slightest amount of like sympathy for him, and then that was gone immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
I just feel
it
like
was-
in that song
No.
specifically, like when I was rewatching it, there's a line that he says when he's like, if I'm cheering on your side, why can't you cheer on mine? But at this point in their relationship, she has been, like she says, to all of these parties, and and she's left by herself.
Yeah, that sucks.
And she knows, or at least suspects, that he's cheating. So it's like, it's so sad, you know?
No, you're not wrong.
That song's really sad. Yeah.
Dude, the song about him just saying how hard it is not to cheat
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
A miracle could happen.
Ridiculous. It's like my note is just it's hard not to cheat with a sad emoji and then the little like squinch
Yeah.
face emoji. I'm like what is this guy talking
Yeah.
about?
And that is
Fucking
like,
asshole.
there-
What a
that,
shithead.
That happens only 2 songs. That's the second song after they get married. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you
right
just
after.
got married. You just asked her, and you say that like you couldn't have stood in front of your friends if that wasn't what you wanted for your life. And then she goes to Ohio, and the next song you're like, man, really hard not to cheat
Yeah,
on my
he's like
wife.
pouring shots. He's like, guys, maybe I should like cheat.
I know.
And they're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Also, what's the deal with Ohio?
Dude,
that like
best song
that like
was
a-
the one
a no-
talking shit about Ohio.
no, that was one of the best songs for sure. But why is that like a thing that people do?
Ohio sucks.
I
Everybody
think-
hates Ohio.
You mean like
Or is
going
it-
to Ohio to perform? I don't think that's a thing people do. I think that's the thing.
Then
Kathy
why
does.
was she going to Ohio every year? Like
I think-
if she hated it so much, stop going.
I think, and this is mostly inference, and I don't actually know, but my takeaway from that is that people who live in New York and aren't actually that famous go out to the Midwest and they can be famous and talented because the talent pool, and for listeners, I'm doing massively quotation marks with my fingers because it sounds so mean, but the talent pool of the Midwest is historically lower than the coastal talent pool. So like
Unless
she's
you
a
go
no
to
one
Chicago.
in New York. Right. Good point. She's a nobody in New York, right? But she goes to like small town Ohio, and she's like the most talented person they've ever seen.
Yeah.
And so that way she can go out there, and summer
That's-
after summer, she's got a standing job.
That's what
guess,
that's how
yeah.
I got it. And she says in one of like the scenes where she's speaking and she's like waiting for an audition, she says, "Oh, my summer just opened up." So it's like
Yeah.
she was expecting to get something, she didn't, and now she's like, "Okay, well, I could either stay here and have no job, or I can go continue to at least perform and get more things on my resume."
yeah.
So-
Honestly,
and she's playing the lead in the things. Like she was
Yeah.
she was the lead in Sound of Music. Like there's the whole scene with that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I just wasn't sure if maybe it was like a thing in like
Yeah.
the Broadway community
Maybe.
where it's like
I don't know.
yeah, you
I'm not a
go
performer in Broadway. I just listen
You've
to
seen the
sound
plays?
tracks.
you go to Ohio. Like that's what people do to like get discovered or like whenever they
to get
No,
discovered.
you don't get
That's
discovered
where
in
all the
Ohio.
agents are.
maybe not discovered or like but to like
That's
get
good.
experience. I don't know. Like it might have been I wasn't sure if it was a thing.
Yeah.
But it was just a part of it was just the place they chose. Okay,
Yeah.
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 I just thought it
Yeah.
was funny.
fair.
I've got family
Is
that lives in
any-
Ohio. People always talk shit about Ohio.
Me too. Me too. I was about to say, is there any state that's more shit on and less celebrated
Florida.
than Ohio?
Florida.
People
The
hate
people,
Florida.
people celebrate Florida though. Like
Disney.
the people who
That's-
love Florida love Florida. Like, does anybody love Ohio?
And the
I
rest of
don't
them are
think so.
jealous, honestly.
I mean, yeah,
Dab.
people who live in some people who live in Ohio, they have that whole chant where they just say OH and then IO.
That's
Are you-
Ohio State
that's
alumnus.
a school thing.
That's a
my man.
college. Yeah.
Oh, is that a school thing? I thought that was just a state
It's just
thing.
people on the street. Ohio.
OH. No, they say hello to each other. They just spell the state name.
Let's go to Ohio and just scream that out loud.
I
see how
would
many
love to go back
responses
to
we
Ohio.
get.
It's been too long.
People
I've
will
never
do
been.
it. My sister went to Ohio State, and you can say that at most of my family gatherings, and they will respond, even though none of them went there. But they all love Ohio State football. So
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
So take that,
So-
Trevor.
yeah. Fuck you,
I'll,
Trevor.
What did I do?
This is a joke.
Did you guys have favorite songs?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like your favorite songs. Well, don't just say no.
Well, pick a song. I had to pick
Look
a favorite
into your
character for
soul and
Auron.
Pick a favorite song.
I did.
You guys
I
demanded
had-
I pick a favorite character.
I
for
had
that.
two. I had two favorite
Oh,
songs.
okay, what's up,
I need
Trevor?
to look up the
Let me-
soundtrack.
I don't know any of their names, obviously,
That's fine.
but the one where he's singing the story about
The Shmuel song.
Shmuel was his name.
Shmuel?
Shmuel. Yeah, I liked that one a lot. That was really cute
Mm-hmm.
and sweet, despite him being an asshole. But that was like, I guess during their honeymoon phase, kind of, sorta.
He got her that watch.
Yeah,
He got her
I think that was
that watch.
Tied in
And,
the story.
before they get married, I believe.
Yeah.
In the timeline.
see,
of
well,
things.
like the honeymoon phase of like
But yeah, they
the
were still
relationship,
happy
I
and
guess.
yeah.
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 I really liked that song, and I did really also like "Could Do Better."
Yeah.
I guess is that what it's called? 'Cause
We
I think
Can
I
Do
heard you
Better.
say
Yeah.
"We Can Do Better."
Or I Can Do Better.
For
Yeah,
Prize.
that was a really sweet, like, just song about love and stuff. And I need that. I
Yeah.
need that kind of positivity in my
Yeah.
life.
You
Like,
needed that. It was like 3:30 in the morning when you were watching it. You're like, I need this right now.
I really didn't need the whole existential crisis of, oh, someone cheating on you sucks a lot. So,
yeah.
like, the whole sad aspects of this relationship I didn't need, but the positive aspects, that was nice. That was some nice.
And do you
like,
have
energy.
Did you have a least favorite song?
Um,
Because I have a least favorite song. I'm ready to talk about it.
I just kind of.
Everything else you felt mediocre about. You
Everything
felt
else
meh.
was eh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure if I listened to them all again, I could be like, nah, that one I didn't like.
Yeah.
Maybe the cheat one, but that was just because of less about the tone of it, because it was like decently upbeat and stuff, but it was more about the actual message behind it was shitty.
Yeah.
Sure,
I agree
maybe
with
let's go with that.
That was also my least favorite song, was the cheating one, because I thought it was
A Miracle
just,
Would Happen.
I thought it was just silly.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
dumb. And my favorite was the Ohio one. It was just so
Summer
good.
in Ohio.
I'll
It was
put Ohio.
It was
as-
funny, and it was just,
as third,
it was just
for
a good
sure.
time.
Yeah.
I liked what they did in the movie too, where it was like them going through like their Skype calls, basically. I thought that was interesting.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
I like that
Right.
one. If I had to choose a favorite, it would probably be that one too. And I think actually Shiksa is my least favorite.
Yeah, that one's not my favorite. It's-
What was
It's
that
just
one?
gross. It's
Shiksa
the one. It's
Goddess.
his first song about all the horrible Jewish
Right,
women he's had
that
to
one
date.
was weird. That was when I was
yeah.
like, "What's happening right now?" I
was
couldn't tell if he
gross.
was Jewish or not.
Yeah.
It was just
I was
so
I was
gross.
weirded out by "I'm Breaking My Mother's Heart." I'm like, what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
What are you saying? It's Anna Kendrick. What is wrong with this?
Yeah.
What's happening
That one
right
and
now?
the cheating one are pretty neck and neck, but they're
Yeah.
both terrible. That dude.
I'll
fucking
agree with
sucks.
that.
Yeah.
What's your least
I
favorite?
honestly had
Abby?
forgotten about
My least
that.
favorite song is the next 10 minutes, which is when he proposes and they're in the park and that's like the only time that they have a song together and it's when their timelines converge and all that. I just feel that it's very boring to me. I'd never have really liked that song very much. I think it's kind of boring. I still like how like at the beginning you hear Jamie's conversation, they sing their song, and then at the end you hear Kathy's conversation
Yeah.
on her side. Like I still like that just because it's like interesting the way they, the story goes and stuff. But they both seem like so sad
Unhappy.
for a moment that is supposed to be so
Yeah.
exciting. I'm like, you guys are both in your good moment right now. You're both happy. So I don't know why you're so sad. Like
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
never really understood that.
He looked devastated, and she looked like she was gonna say no. And then
Yeah.
at the very end, she's just like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah. So like that's
Yeah,
I
I
was
really
like,
thought
oh.
she was gonna say no.
Yeah.
And we were gonna get like another moment later on where she finally says yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was gonna happen too,
so yeah, that's my
which
least
didn't
favorite
make
song.
sense.
What?
That like her to say no at that point.
No.
That's why I was very confused when I was watching it. I was like, "This is really strange."
Yeah. Yeah, that's my least favorite. I don't understand that. So
Yeah.
weird.
And which one
It-
was
it
your
is.
favorite one?
I mean, I don't know if I love all of Kathy's songs so much. I think Climbing Uphill is really good. I can't think of the name of it. The song, See, I'm Smiling. It's like one of the first songs in the movie. It's when they're in Ohio, but he's already
Yeah.
cheated. It's like they're about to.
Oh, on the pier.
That's the one
Yeah,
on the
on the
dock.
pier.
That was
with the weird shaky
yeah.
cam.
I
Fuck.
love that song. if you're ever, well, I don't know if this is really applicable to you guys, but if you're ever mad and you need to just like belt out your feelings, that song's a great one to do. When the song turns and she goes, you know what makes me crazy? I'm like, yes, tell him.
I mean, she was right in that moment.
Yeah,
I
of
was
course
like,
she was.
damn.
So
It's her
right.
birthday. She
That's
has
fucked.
a show, and he came and he's leaving before he can see the show, before he spends the night with her.
That's
Oh my
ridiculous.
god, ridiculous. So,
Dude's terrible.
yeah, he's a shitty guy. But yeah, I love
terrible.
that. That song is great.
Damn.
Yeah, it's interesting for me too, because like, with the benefit of hindsight of the film, like, nonlinear storytelling, relatively ambiguous ending, difficult character drama. Like, I love those things, you know, like all individually, and
Yeah.
then like they just didn't work here. And I wonder if it was a movie and not a musical, would I like it more? I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't think so, because he's truly like just awful, and I
Yeah.
didn't really connect with her very much either. And it's also just like just a bummer the whole time. I had talked to one of my coworkers who had name checked this last week yesterday, and I was like, because we had the same icebreaker meeting again yesterday for the folks who started this week, and they asked go to movie, and she said it again, and I was like, Hallie, how is this like a comfort movie for you? I don't understand. And she said the same thing. She was like, I love the songs so much that I can listen to them like whenever.
Yeah.
But it is very sad, and I was like, yeah, it just really like bummed me out. I obviously didn't get into too much detail because there's like 15 managers in the meeting, but
Everyone was just listening to you two talk about a movie they had never heard of. They were
yeah.
like, okay.
But yeah, it's I really didn't like the ending. It felt very abrupt to me. And to be honest, I maybe didn't clock the fact that the timelines were opposite and slowly converging and then
Got it.
changing. I was just like, oh, it's just like jumping to random points of their relationship.
Oh.
But
I honestly thought
That's
that
what
too. I thought it was
I thought
just
that
jumbled
for
up.
a good. I
But
thought that
now
for
that
a
I
good
know
portion
that
of the
it's,
movie.
Yeah.
start and end, and then they slowly meet at the wedding or proposal, and then they go back the other way. Because I was like, at the ending, I was like, what is happening? Like, she's here and she's happy,
Oh yeah.
but he's here and he's sad and leaving.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are they singing but also seeing each other?
Yeah. I think
Which
that
that's on me.
yeah, because I was gonna say she wasn't
We're done, Will.
literally there, but
Yeah, I know. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, they were in the same shot. So now hearing that, obviously, I take that kind of
Take that
off
L.
of my list. Yeah, I'll take the L. Yeah, has you said his name is Jeremy Jordan? Is that the guy?
yeah.
Is he like a
He's a-
Broadway guy?
He's a
Is
Broadway
he
guy. Yeah.
Okay. Has he been in movies since this? Like,
Great
does he have a
question.
career? You know?
Yes.
Like,
He's
is,
very
is he
famous. Yeah.
Okay.
This sounds like a Trevor IMDb check as the conversation
I'm going.
continues. Look at it.
I'm
Look at the
going.
screen light up.
The main thing that I know him from outside of this is Newsies. He was in the
Oh.
Broadway. He's like the main star in the Broadway production of Newsies. And then that they also did like Hamilton. Like they shot that. And like you can like I saw it in a movie theater with Alexis.
Yeah.
You'd see that.
Okay.
But he's definitely been in stuff.
So he's not always so fucking terrible and shitty.
No,
I'm
he's
assuming.
not.
So is he like a very charming dude outside of this?
He's, yeah,
And so-
I was surprised. Everyone was like really hating on him, which fair because of his character. But I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he's a pretty like beloved Broadway actor.
Wow, that's wild.
Uh-oh,
With
they're
the
gonna come
context
for
of
us,
only-
dude.
yeah. Block the comments.
Oh shit.
He's in The Flash and Supergirl on the CW.
Shout out CW.
This sounds rude, but he's got a CW face.
He does.
No, you're super right. Like once I saw that, I was like, yeah.
It's the dark
And
hair
then-
with pale skin. That's classic
Yeah.
CW.
Oh, the other thing he was in, I don't know if you guys even remember this movie. I doubt you saw it, but Joyful Noise is from 2012. I think it has Dolly Parton in it and somebody else.
I know.
Shout out
I know the
Dolly.
movie.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Yeah,
Dolly's
he was like
great,
the main,
but-
like love interest in that movie.
Interesting. For
But-
Dolly Parton?
No, I don't think so.
Damn. That would have been interesting.
Crazy.
I was in Law and Order.
Everyone's
yeah,
been in Law and
everybody
Order,
has
dude. I've been in Law and Order.
So where does this rank on do you have separate lists for like musicals and movie musicals, or are they combined, would you say?
They're
Or
combined.
do you even think about those things? They're combined.
Yeah, you mean like of like my favorite.
Yeah.
If I think of like my favorite musicals,
It includes both.
yeah, it would include both because I feel like most movie musicals was a stage production. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that that's not
That's
true
fair.
across the board, but I can't because it's like something like Rocket Man, where
Counts.
like I just don't know why in my head that's not a musical.
They break into song and dance.
But
That's a
it's-
musical.
Yeah, I don't
That
know.
is a
Because every
musical.
exception that I have in my head for why that's not a musical, I could prove myself wrong with examples of musicals. So
Sure.
I don't know why. Just not
Yeah.
running.
This is a visual podcast.
Yeah.
But I
So where
think
does this rank on the list?
this
then?
one, I mean, this one ranks pretty high. It's definitely in my top 10 favorite soundtracks, potentially in my top 5. It's,
Wow.
I mean, especially in college, I was deeply into like Broadway musicals when I was in college. And this one I would listen to on repeat, like all the time. It was like this one, Spring Awakening, Hamilton, like those 3 especially, all the
Okay.
time I would listen to. So yeah, this one definitely, probably top 5. I don't know. I don't have a definitive ranking in my head.
That's
but
fine.
yeah.
I wouldn't ask for that. I would struggle to provide it too. Yeah, I guess I need to see Spring Awakening.
Spring Awakening is great. I mean, all very depressing. Very,
Yeah.
very depressing.
That's
but,
what I've heard.
but
Bruce watched the
it's-
documentary about it.
Oh,
but
yeah,
hasn't
yeah.
seen
I
it.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't watch the documentary yet, but I watched the stage production. I think there was like one on YouTube or something that I watched. Spring Awakening is very depressing and very weird as a concept because it's like, oh, kids in Germany in like the late 1800s going through puberty, but also it's like a rock musical. It's really weird.
Like the producers.
Not at all.
What?
The producers.
Isn't that about, they do a play about Nazi Germany?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't take place in the 1800s. Or
Yeah, I
in-
know. I just thought of another musical about Germans.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he was there. The link was 10.
Yeah, I missed
there.
The link's
I
always
missed the
there.
link,
The
yeah.
link's always there, my man.
Interesting.
Yeah, Spring Awakening's great though.
I did have one note that's pretty random. There was a shot of them holding hands at one point. She had a lot of bracelets on, and I was just wondering, because this is the era of silly bands, where were the silly bands?
Oh, that's why you.
That's
made
why
that
I brought it up.
Oh my god, so dumb.
Thoughts?
Well, she's an adult. I feel like.
I
silly
think
bands
they were hot with everyone.
Disagree.
I mean, I
silly
didn't have
bands
any,
were
but I-
hot with like middle schoolers and high schoolers in 2010.
Just
I
saying,
doubt
they
that
had a
adults
lot of
were wearing
bracelets.
them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, the bracelets
liked
were
them.
given to her as
I-
gifts throughout
I
the
had a
movie
couple.
from Jamie. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see the cuff one, because
Yeah.
that's the one that she takes off, and
Because
then that's
well,
Yeah.
when
it's
it's
the
like,
ring, the
you've been
watch,
cuffed.
and the cuff, and maybe another bracelet. But there's a shot of him giving her all of those things.
a belly button ring.
Yeah.
Not
The-
really, no.
Silly
I
bands
really
have the
was
rubber
expecting-
bands.
That look like
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Just
stuff. I
confirm.
had like a couple of those.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me?
I didn't
Myers
have
was
any.
Layered.
They were mine were given to me. They were like, "Hey, you don't have any silly bands? You want some silly bands?" I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They like
Sure.
thwapped you in the arm with it, and
Yeah,
then they gave
Trevor,
it to
you're
you.
fucking lacking, dude. Where's your silly bands?
I've never been a trendy person.
Dog, if you had them
Uh,
on at work, like if you came to work with an armful of silly bands, I'd respect the shit out of that.
Just up
That'd
to
be
your
funny.
elbow,
I have no
just
idea
all
where they.
the
I wonder
way.
if you could still get them.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Up to his
Yeah.
shoulder. It's
Ugh.
completely.
Just a sleeve of.
Cut
silly
Arm
arms.
is
bands.
numb.
That'd be good.
My hand's
useless.
purple. It's like
Dead
it's
arm.
fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't have silly bands when I was younger, but I did have the like Livestrong bracelet things
Yeah.
and like the
Yeah.
other ones that are just like
Oh my
random.
god, you were such a loser if you didn't have a Livestrong bracelet at my high school. It felt terrible.
Yeah, you'd get
Like,
dunked on.
What is that about? Like, why?
Because you had to live strong, brother.
Damn, I forgot about that completely.
It was a good time to be alive.
What a
I
silly
was
thing.
expecting the jewelry to have a more impactful aspect to the film, though.
What do you mean? It was all those different
Like the
points
watch,
of the relationship.
the watch was a big deal, and so was the ring, obviously. But the other cuff bracelet, I felt like was just kind of almost thrown into another song. Like it didn't feel like
I mean,
like the other two were more or less centralized. Like obviously wedding ring for the wedding scene and the proposal, and then the bracelet was the whole schmool
Shmuel.
schmool
That was the
scene.
watch, not the
That's the
bracelet.
watch.
The watch. Sorry.
Come
It
on,
was
the
like a
whole
wa-
song's about time.
Yeah, sorry. The watch was the whole schmool thing, but the cuff bracelet I felt like was just like they were like it was just like a glimpse in like another song. It was just like a little
Yeah.
cut in there, and I'm like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it felt weird that it was like a very central point at the beginning, and then it's like, oh yeah, there's one more piece of
I
jewelry.
don't know.
Well,
They
I
were like
think at the-
handcuffs, honestly.
I think at the beginning, like when she's, I think that it's more supposed to just be. I think it's because it's the first song. They're trying to explain to you what's going on. So they're like, here, look, she's taking off all this stuff.
Very
so
visual.
then throughout the movie, they want to show you why that first shot had meaning. So the
Yeah.
bracelet's not really like supposed to be. I don't think it's not supposed to have like some story behind it. It's just like a gift, and he left her.
Ditching it. Okay. Yeah.
That's
No.
how I.
And that's fair, but that was my thought on it. It
Mm-hmm.
was like, you know,
Right on. That was good. Nice
In
trail
the
off.
stage, in the stage production, I know you already mentioned this, and I maybe I misunderstood, but so they don't sing. They're not on stage, or they don't sing together at all until the proposal.
I believe so. I mean,
Both?
I've never seen
Oh, okay.
the show, but
Right.
I looked it up to like just so I knew, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they are not they don't have a song together, so
Yeah.
they were probably on stage together. For the most part, I don't think they were, but there's a few exceptions, like when I think it's in the song where he's singing about how hard it is for him to cheat.
Yeah.
They go to her auditioning for a song or for a musical in that song, and she sings her. It's the only time that you hear the full audition song that she's singing, and then it's like a successful audition or whatever. So like in that case, she was probably on stage, but they weren't interacting because it was like a cut to her.
Okay.
But the only song that they actually sing together and interact with each other, I believe, is the song in the middle, the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
I did like that one too, the one where she was auditioning and it was just like everything was going wrong.
Yeah,
I liked that one was
that's
funny.
climbing uphill. That's
Yeah.
like one of my favorites
It's
because
a-
I
She's
love
like
that
the pianist
monologue.
hates her and
yeah.
then the dudes aren't paying attention.
And fun fact, in
Yeah.
that scene, the pianist is the writer of the music. He's the one
That's
who wrote the
cool.
musical. He's
I like
the
that.
guy on the piano.
Good
so,
cameo.
Yeah.
And actually,
Hitchcock
there's two
style.
other cameos. When she's singing in Ohio and she says there's a former stripper with her snake. The stripper was one of the first people. I think she did the off-Broadway production, and then wherever they originated the musical, when she does her successful audition, the woman who's hearing her audition and says, "You did really great." That was another one who played Kathy also. So
Oh.
yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
nice. I like that.
I looked
Yeah.
up some fun facts beforehand.
That was
so
good,
Just so
yeah.
I could have
We
them
like
ready
fun
at the
facts.
ready.
Love them.
Yeah.
We love
like
fun
fun
facts.
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun facts
You
are
do.
good. Was
No,
this-
I am FDB on this one, so you gotta.
Was
No
this
handouts.
Was this before or after Pitch Perfect for Kendrick?
This was 2013, right?
This was 2014.
2014.
I think this was after then because Pitch Perfect came out, I think, when I was
Like
in
2012,
high
right?
school. I thought 2012, yeah. So,
Yeah,
and that was
it
a
is
banger.
2012.
Everybody started doing the cup song.
yeah, I used to do that.
Yeah, that was a moment.
I like
Okay.
Pitch Perfect as well. I think
That's one of your favorite movies, isn't it, Trevor?
I wouldn't say that.
I
Yeah,
would.
Pitch Perfect was 2012.
Pitch Perfect is
Yeah.
good.
So it was after.
It's a classic.
I'm just trying to see like where she was career wise. So she'd already been in Twilight. Okay.
yeah.
Wait, she was in Twilight?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
She was
I haven't
the
seen.
friend. Oh, you haven't seen it? So then.
Yeah.
I've seen the first. Wait, is she in the first Twilight?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
I have
Jessica.
seen that.
I think that's
I have seen that. I had to watch it for a class,
Oh.
but to be fair, me and my classmates went to the bar before we went to class.
Yeah,
to watch
vampires in
that,
cinema.
so.
You were
Yeah.
drinking in class, Trevor?
It was the last day. We didn't have anything like it was a vampires in cinema class, and the teacher was like, "I'm not going to have any assignments about this. It's the last day, but we have to watch Twilight because it is a cultural
Yeah,
impact."
for sure.
So
Honestly, I'm kind of pissed
Yeah,
that your teacher
we-
took it so lightly.
I know. That's.
Yeah.
Like,
When you
name a
hear it,
bigger
like, yeah, I was like,
vampire movie.
Think of the most mainstream.
we went
vampires
to
in
the
cinema.
bar and had a few drinks, and then went to class.
I'm kind of mad actually right now.
Pissed.
I'm not even a Twilight fan, but I feel like there should have been a discussion.
Everyone was making fun of the film all throughout,
Sure.
and one girl got up and tried to shush us all, and then we all shouted her down.
Oh, that's
I'm on
pretty
her
mean.
side.
I'm on her side. She's in a freaking class trying to watch a movie.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware. It was a
Whatever.
mean
You
situation.
You guys are kind of
I didn't
shitheads,
start
weren't
it.
you?
I didn't start it. All
You
right.
said we. You
Yeah,
said
but
we.
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I
followed
know.
and you didn't stand up for her. So
No, I didn't because I was laughing at the movie as well because it was ridiculous.
yeah,
So
it is a
Bad luck,
ridiculous
dude.
movie.
I don't know how I feel about.
Should we cut this out of the podcast?
No, we leave it in because people need to know Trevor.
listen, I'm not a perfect person. Okay, I've made mistakes in my life, and That was the last day of class.
You're
No one
always
cared.
trailing off. Are you all right?
No.
No, I'm not alright.
He's been doing a podcast for the past like 6 years with me, and he still just trails off his thoughts.
Oh my god.
Because
What did he-
I start to analyze what I'm going to say, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say
You just
those
say it.
things.
Just spray
Just
things
rip
out
it.
of your mouth.
Just rip it.
Well, when I do that, then you guys are like, I don't know, Trevor, you're kind of an asshole. And it's like, oh, well, great.
Well,
Well, don't tell us asshole stories then.
That's fair. That was an asshole thing to do, but
Yeah. You should apologize to that person right now.
That's what
I
I was
have no
thinking.
idea
You
who
need to
that
go
was.
find her and send her a message on Facebook or something and apologize.
Tag her in this podcast when it goes live and say
be good.
And then she'll
scroll
know
forward
she has
to
3 people on her side at least.
hashtag cancel Trevor. Let's bring it back.
Bring
this
it back.
Oh,
We've-
it's been a while.
I think I started in the Drake and Josh podcast.
I feel like we had.
why
some
am I
of
always
those
getting
early.
canceled?
Well,
Well, you say the most cancelable things.
all right. Any
True,
wrap
but
up
still,
thoughts?
you didn't have to say that. Like,
My wrap-up thoughts are that I love this musical. I
Yeah.
love the song so much. I think that it is a beautiful, sad story, and I'm sad that I'm sad that Will really, really hated it. But I feel like your reaction and Trevor's reaction was just about where I expected it to be.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, 2 out of
It's
3
okay.
on your prediction. Not bad.
All right on. Well, next pick is going to be mine. Not sure what it's going to be, so everyone is going to be surprised with us.
fun.
Hopefully, it can be a regular recording.
Yeah.
drinks
Doubt it.
and stuff.
But
You
'cause
guys
Trevor's-
literally have opposites.
Yeah.
How
And that's
could that
like for
happen?
the next couple of months. So,
It's-
thank
yeah,
you.
my
Thank you
tra-
for
my other
coming on,
train's
Abby.
fixed.
Yeah, thank you for letting
Thanks,
me
Abby.
bring another
Thank
musical.
you, Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to have you on
forward to
again
that.
for
I'll
another
figure out
musical.
a third musical.
Maybe you'll win us over.
We gotta do the top 3. We gotta hit the triumph.
That's true. Although there's no movie for Spring Awakening,
Yeah.
but
We
should go see Spring Awakening.
That'd be insane. That'd be a hell of
That'd be
a.
what?
That'd be fun.
That'd be
That
cool.
would be fun. I'd be down.
We'd have to record it right after watching it, probably.
We'll just record a whole like at the match or at the show.
At the match.
Yeah, sorry. It's a,
Call
it's
a musical.
it's
You
a
know, you go to the
it's
match.
a soccer podcast.
Yeah.
I used to watch
Bring a recorder
in high school like a movie reviewer who would they were called midnight screenings is like the series that he did, and he would just go see the movie and then they'd get in the back of his car and talk about it.
Oh, that's
And it was
awesome.
just like a
Yeah.
raw recording for like
Yeah.
an hour. It's pretty good.
That's
it was
cool.
good. Yeah.
So we could steal that.
We could steal that format.
Yeah.
We'll set up a studio in the bed of my truck and just record in the parking lot.
Right
Yeah,
on.
for
There
sure.
you go. We're already
Perfect.
there.
Yeah, shout out Cinema Snob. Yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys for the next Show Me Something.
Thanks, y'all.
Peace out.